Katie,
Yes, Ezra.
I kind of want a dessert.
Okay.
I'm craving something sweet,
Yeah?
but I want to stay on our detox.
Okay.
Any suggestions?
Yes, perhaps a black bean brownie.
Yes! That sounds awesome!
It is Tuesday, friends.
Hey, everybody.
So here we are for a little food, love, laughter.
Hi. It's good to see you all again.
Yes, sorry we missed last week. Totally spaced it because we did a 16-hour drive from Virginia, and so
15 minutes of
we
change.
would have been in a Chipotle parking lot for Food Love Laughter and or like on the border of Nebraska and Kansas. So we opted to not.
Yeah. I was just digging the monochromatic nature within which we are in our frame. So if you scooch closer to me, you see the oven mitt, boof.
Oh, I see.
And then the sign, and then the white hat, and then the blue. It's all happening right here.
It's like we
and
style
now.
it on purpose.
That's true. I'm just gonna scooch the camera just a little bit
Okay.
more this way.
Great. Good work. Well done. So happy Tuesday, everybody. It is July 21st. There's a comet in the sky. Has anybody seen it?
Comet Neowise.
Why is it called Neowise?
Because it's smarter than the Matrix. Because it's new and you won't see it again for another 6,800 years or something. No, actually, I don't know why. But I do know that it'll be in the northwestern sky for the next couple of days. Not too
Okay.
much longer, actually.
Maybe we'll be able to see it tonight.
I hope so. We've been trying to get out for the last
It's
couple
been stormy
days.
here and so cloudy in the evening, and so we haven't been able. We've been like going out at dusk to see the comet, and then it's been
nothing.
cloudy. And Ezra has binoculars that he loves, and so those aren't real binoculars. And so any chance to pull out the binos, as he calls
The
them,
binos.
we used them a lot in Italy.
I what you said.
There was.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
When did we go out near the river to see? What was it? The pink moon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink full moon. That's right. Yeah. That was in April. There was a couple full moons in April. I feel
Maybe
like.
that's why 2020 is so crazy, because there's so many things happening with the moon and the stars.
If you're into astrology, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. So today we are making, as the sign says,
Black bean brownies.
This is a recipe that I originally got from our friend Kat Jones, who just had a birthday.
That light.
And
She's amazing.
she is a walking light on this earth,
Yeah.
and is gonna have a baby next month.
Boom!
Boom! So she's gonna have a little baby light. She's gonna have a neo light.
A Neowise comet
A
coming
neo
out of her.
light. Stop. Okay, so this recipe, black bean brownies. If you are a vegan,
That would hurt.
this is a comet coming
out
out of you.
Yeah. It would hurt.
Probably. The
Wouldn't-
size of it would matter.
And it wouldn't happen for another 6,000 years.
So black bean brownies, if you're vegan, this is an awesome recipe.
Yeah.
It's also just an awesome recipe if you like brownies. Like
right.
one of the like secret funny things about this is that you don't tell people that they're black bean until after. Unless they're allergic to beans, and then you should tell them. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. You know, it's
dangerous.
like it's-
So-
they're pretty guilt-free and they're very tasty. We've been tinkering with you've been tinkering with black bean brownies for black bean brownies.
black bean brownies, black bean brownies, black bean brownies, black bean.
You've been tinkering with them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Any like secrets or takeaways that you've gotten from it?
No, I think they're great if you like a fudgy brownie. So if you're really into like the cake
Which
brownie,
I am.
you're gonna miss the flour. But it even says in the recipe, like after you bake them, if they're undercooked, you put them in the fridge and they firm up. They're like that. They're
That's
like that
true.
kind of
You're gonna
brownie.
need to do that, particularly for my mother, who I know is watching.
Hi, Carrie.
That she loves the edges of the brownie and the like dense nature
I like
of the
that,
edges.
too.
The like,
Yeah.
so put them in the fridge for a little while. But first, we'll preheat the oven to 350.
Done.
We've got some oil melting in our pan for later.
Yes.
And then we'll go ahead and start with the beans.
Yeah, so everything is gonna go into our Ninja Blender pitcher. You can use the Ninja Blender pitcher, or you can do food processor. But basically, we're just gonna blend the pants out of everything that's going in here. So first, 1 can of black beans, well drained and rinsed. Beans. Next is, did we not get the cocoa powder out?
Just tell them the story about the cocoa powder.
So we, especially when we were living in New Mexico, anytime, we weren't baking very often, and so anytime we went to bake something with cocoa powder, we were like, do we have cocoa powder? Oh, we should probably get some. So we ended up with 4 things this size of cocoa powder.
Which is
like
just too
every
much.
time we would come back to the house, we'd be like, God, we have so much cocoa powder. And it's not the sort of thing that like, oh, it's okay, we'll go through it. No, this thing of cocoa powder is gonna last us for like 5 years.
A couple years.
So I think we donated it.
2 tablespoons
Of cocoa powder.
with the black beans.
And now we're gonna use, and this, I'm gonna be honest, working with oats, cooking with oats, baking with oats, one of my favorite things. Because,
Really?
Yeah, because oat flour is a really good substitute for regular flour if you're living the gluten-free life, especially in like meatballs and meatloaf and things like that. So it totally makes sense to me that instead of a flour in this recipe that we're using oats and just grinding them up real good.
A quarter teaspoon.
Quarter teaspoon.
Quarter teaspoon of salt. We're using the old hand trick. And I have found recently
Yes.
that, the hand well trick, that I like my desserts a little saltier. You know, when it comes to like cookies and chocolate things, I like a little bit of
I
salt.
have this
Hanging
beautiful
out.
cookbook called Perfectly Golden, and it is it's every recipe can be accommodated to be gluten-free, dairy-free, or vegan. It's brilliant, and it's written by a woman named Angela who runs Goldenrod Pastries in Lincoln. Never been. I want to like go to Lincoln specifically for that, and Juju's, which is vegan soul food.
Every time you say Juju's, it makes me think of like
Jujubes?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But this is a bakery or a restaurant?
So Juju's is a restaurant, but Goldenrod Pastries is a bakery.
And they sell Goldenrod Bakery pastries at Juju's.
No, I just want to go to Lincoln and go to both places.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, she says salt in every pastry, like salt in everything, because the salt, like just like I think you're talking about,
Yeah.
up next to the sweet, it brings like they both
They hang out with one another
highlight,
and their friends,
and then they form a dessert comet, a neo comet. Okay. So this, we're going to use maple syrup. It says you can use maple syrup, honey, or agave, but we got this very special maple syrup. Do you want to tell the world where we got this very special maple syrup?
I think it was in D.C. It was in Alexandria. It was at a Safeway in Alexandria. And we picked it up because we were having breakfast with some friends. And
What's special about it, though?
Oh, it's bourbon aged. Organic maple syrup.
Bourbon barrel aged organic maple syrup.
Bourbon barrel aged, not bourbon aged. Bourbon barrel aged.
We're gonna have a little of that action.
So it'll actually be, this is like so much alliteration happening, boozy black bean brownies.
Boozy black bean brownies. Boozy black bean brownies.
Boozy black bean brownies.
We're also teaching camp this week, so you will have to forgive us or don't.
Or welcome us.
Or welcome us, because we are, so Ezra and I were part of the inaugural year of Wildcat Theater Conservatory in Lynchburg, Virginia in 2012. And it has now become Embark Conservatory, and because of COVID this year, we couldn't do it in person, and so Ezra's camp director and I'm teaching voice and movement. We're doing it virtually, so we're like at our home here in Omaha.
And it allows us to do a couple things like mix students from Omaha and Virginia, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And what was you want to say? Oh, just our general attitude in Virginia.
Yeah, but in Virginia, that's 9 a.m. to 12:30, and here, that's 8 a.m. And so we're up like before the dawn to like warm up our bodies so that we're ready for the kids at 8. But I mean, school teachers, you understand what it's like to be up early and with children.
Now, you just added
Coconut sugar
and syrup. So we got two different kinds of sweeteners.
Yep, and now we're gonna add the coconut oil. So we melted.
The way I mean, that was just for the pan, so I didn't measure that out. Oh. Does it need to be measured out?
Well, we need a 1/4 cup of it.
That's perfect. Go for it. I would say that's a 1/4 cup.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to go with 1 more tablespoon.
So you want to use the rest of this for the brownie pan?
Yeah, I was ultimately wanting to warm it up so we can coast.
We can do that too.
Awesome. If you want to do this, I will grab the pastry brush for that.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
So coconut. Teamwork makes the dream work. I don't know if you've done a lot of like cooking or like forming of things with coconut oil, but coconut oil, the reason why these will firm up if you were to refrigerate them is because when coconut oil is colder, then it firms back up. You want to show the friends what you're doing, Ezra?
I am, and I would love to. I am coconut oiling. I'm oiling up. Or if you're in Georgia, you'd say oil. I'm oiling up. Or anywhere in the South, really. I'm oiling up the pan so that when we put the brownies in there, the brownie mix,
they won't stick.
It won't stick. I'm using one of this. Did we get this as a wedding gift? This is one of the things.
Maybe.
This is an awesome thing to have. We don't use it often, but when you need it, you need it.
Yeah, it's true. Vanilla. We get the good stuff. It's more expensive, but worth it. And then a little bit of baking powder.
Have you ever used vanilla beans in something? If anyone's ever used vanilla beans, like actual vanilla beans, and using it and felt like they made a difference,
I feel a little intimidated by the vanilla bean.
Yeah, that's the reason we should try it.
Yeah.
Give us a shout. Let us know, like, you know what? I've used vanilla beans and they meant everything. Or, you know what? I've used vanilla beans and didn't make much of a difference.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have all the ingredients in here except for the chocolate chips because we don't want the chocolate chips to be all ground up. We want the chocolate chips to be on top and in with everything else. All right, get ready, Owen. We're about to blend.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't FaceTime just a little bit earlier because we were eating right before this. So
blending.
No, I'm good. Hey, it will. You don't know that if you dance in hats like this, you suddenly come out in a French accent.
It shakes the accent into you.
It shakes the accent into me.
Okay, so we have our batter. It's all ground up real good. And now, what does it say?
Is the batter bitter?
It would be better if it had butter that was not bitter.
Good thing we're doing boozy black bean brownies.
Boozy black bean brownies. So that's what I'm talking about. The camp in us, the tongue twisters. There's a tongue twister that I teach the kids.
That is our life, though. We love yes-anding one and either.
It's true. One and either.
You say neither, I say other. No.
What?
I say either, you say neither. Okay, all right.
Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought some better butter, put it in her bitter batter, and it made her bitter batter better. That's the one that I do with the kids. That's what I was just referencing. Okay, stirring the chips.
She's incredible.
Stirring the chips.
Wait, do we top them as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It says stir in the chips, pour into the pan. Optional, sprinkle extra chocolate chips over the top.
Okay.
Do you want to do extra chocolate chips, or do you want some of these chips to be the ones on top?
I did go heavy on the chocolate chips. So.
I knew that he did. I could feel it the moment I picked up this little dish. Yeah. I was like, this is more than half a cup. Ezra measured this. He did.
Ezra measured this chocolate.
I thought you were going to put that in your mouth. I think we're going to grab it and just directly like... Put it in your mouth.
I get to like dramatically eat it too, like Swedish chef.
And then it would shake the Swedish accent into you.
Så går I see nummer 3, which means stir it up, darling. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's enough.
So now we're gonna put the batter.
By the way, this recipe is very quick. We're clearly dragging it out because it's been a while. We miss you all.
We do miss you all. Ezra's chef hat came from my dad.
Yeah.
My parents, I tease them about this all the time, so it's not like I'm outing them. They are notorious for sending me packages, no note. College, they would do it like care packages, no note. I would always know it was from them because there wasn't a note. And so, same with
That's so funny because it could be like a threat, you know? If you get something with no note, it's like...
A chef's hat with no note as a threat.
Right. If there's even like a little blood on it, it's scary.
Oh, gosh. That makes me think of the Secret Santa. So on tour last year, we did, because it takes place near Halloween, instead of Secret Santa, we did Spooky Skeleton. And so everyone drew a name and then gave little gifts to their person. And Bianca decided to like terrify Sean. And so cut out all of the messages
Magazine
with
letters.
magazine letters and then gave him stuff like pickle relish packets and like sticks of Slim
Wasn't he
Jim.
like legitimately worried?
Yeah, he was. He was just a little frightened by the like kind of threatening nature of it. And then when it was Bianca, I think we all stood up and toasted her because it was such a good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dance you outside. Thank you. Did we put this in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. This, by the way, is baking powder.
Okay, so it's all in. Do you want to sprinkle these chips over the top? I should talk about which chocolate chips we bought. So we went to Target earlier today.
Give me a pro tip too.
Yeah. So we got these chips, which are Enjoy Life, and they're a little bit more expensive, but worth it because they are made with sustainably harvested cocoa beans. They're non-GMO. And then they're free from, I just felt it bounce off of my foot.
Chocolate toes.
Chocolate toes.
Chocolate toes.
Chocolate toes. Free from gluten, wheat, peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, casein, which is a dairy protein, soy, egg, sesame, sulfites, lupin, like Professor Lupin, mustard, fish, shellfish, and crustaceans. I didn't know those things could be found in chocolate chips, but it's nice to know that these are free of them.
There's they're not. There's no shrimp in this.
Yes, no shrimp. So, pro tip, the bands that come with vegetables, like around the asparagus or different, what other vegetables come with? Green onions.
Broccoli sometimes, depending on where you get them.
Yeah. Keep
Crowns
them.
together.
And put them around your packages.
They're perfect for storing. We also use, I think you all know this, we also use binder clips. Oh yeah, I have it already on the
that coconut sugar. So there you go, pro tip. So we're gonna put this in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. So I'm sorry that you won't be able to see us try them, but we could just stick a finger in this and eat it raw because it's vegan. So there's not any eggs or anything in here that will make us ill. Although I heard that the eggs won't necessarily make you ill. Gaston would eat raw eggs from Beauty and the Beast.
I guess he does. Does he?
Of course, he is a fictional Disney character, so
That's
that
true.
might also be part of what it does.
Y'all, if you're in Abingdon, Virginia, you probably know about the Moonlight Drive-In Theater. We got to see the final dress rehearsal. It is incredible of Wizard of Oz, and so heartwarming and lovely that there are innovative theater makers out there doing the thing and loving on it, and people are loving it.
Yeah, it was like live theater meets a drive-in movie meets a concert. It was awesome.
So many people came together.
And
for
it's
that.
really fun to
honk
and applaud.
Flashlights.
That got us. We were an emotional mess.
It was great.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's good to see you all. Stay safe out there. We love you, and ciao.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Oh, wait, I have to figure out how to turn this. Okay. Bye.
Bye.